So I saw a tweet pop up on my timeline in which some person said that she was going to post this group of photos to piss off, quote, the racist fanboys. She shows the CW's Iris West, Starfire and the New Titans, and what looks like to be, Black Canary, a black version, all classically non-black characters that were tokenized for the sake, of live depictions. I replied by saying that they aren't pissing off, quote, racist fanboys. They are showing that they are appeased with the sloppy seconds of classically non-black characters being handed down to them after decades of character building. Me saying this apparently pissed off a Tumblr click or hyperstan Reddit forum because the post got bombarded with people taking issue with me saying this. Now, I'm not going to repeat what I've said 1,000 times in other videos, but you know that I think tokenizing established characters is whack, and I'd rather them create new ones or expand on the ones that already exist. Iris, she was never black. Black Canary is not black either. But talking about Starfire is where things get interesting, because Starfire is not black or white, she's an alien. But to summarize what these intellectually bankrupt, non-comic readings, yes, work it girls claim, was that I'm some guy that prefers light-skinned women to dark-skinned women and that I'm anti-black. They picked all of this up from a tweet. So what happened is that they completely ignored the point regarding Black Canary and Iris and went straight to Starfire. I said Starfire's casting was silly because they didn't commit in terms of her look and costume and what have you. Instead, they just slapped a wig on an actress that's my color and just left her alone. Now, I don't give a crap about y'all being offended at this, but Starfire ain't my color, bro. I said that if they weren't going to commit to makeup or CGI or whatever to make her as such, they should have at least gotten someone that was of a different complexion, not that dark, like a Latina, Southeast Asian, red, high yellow, or lighter skinned black person. That's not a knock on the actress or dark-skinned people in general. That's just saying that the depiction would be more accurate if you're not gonna commit to any sort of makeup or CGI or anything like that. Now let's talk the Titans. Most of them look fucking goofy anyway, but out of the 4 characters on this new show, 2 of them have things that are unique to them in terms of their skin tone. Beast Boy is of course known for being green in the comics. Starfire has just like bronze, sort of goldish look to her in the comics. You remove that from their character, it's a little silly. So they kind of tokenized Beast Boy because he's not this redhead kid like he was before he becomes Beast Boy. He's an Asian in the show, but he does turn green when he does turn into these animals. And Starfire is just this dark-skinned chick that's it. That's it. She just a dark-skinned chick, black chick, my color, tossed on a wig, and that was it. They just like, hey, this is Starfire. And when she flares up, she kind of turns orangey in the sense she doesn't turn orange, but there's a sort of this flare up about her that's different from just her being, I guess, dark. And some say she's just an alien. No shit. And stop saying she's orange, by the way. She's not just straight up orange, bro. Again, she has this brownish, like goldish look to her. Hell, literally in the comics, people express that about her, referencing her being sort of goldish. I'd give it to y'all if y'all said oranges, but she ain't just flat orange. And especially if you go to how she has been in the cartoons, let's say, for example, she for sure isn't orange. This is brown. This is brown. This is brown. But I'll give it to you, man. If you go off of how she looks in the comics, you can't deny that she has had this unique tone. They did not try to match that at all, though. They just left her as is. In recent decades, she's had more brown to her, which would be closer to that of the types that I mentioned earlier. But it cannot be disputed. Starfire has never been my color. And this isn't a knock on the actress, who is a beautiful dark-skinned woman. I get it, man. It's a live action show. Budgeting wanted to look more realistic. Again, it would have made more sense to have her portrayed as a more, bronze or brown skinned red bone chick, maybe. That would have at least been more accurate than someone as dark as my black ass. She also shouldn't be white either, make no mistake, because she's not. Now, if they wanted to CGI her or just use like makeup to make that color sort of unique, it wouldn't matter what the hell color she was in real life. I'm just saying that they could have gone with something more close to that look if they were going to, refuse the makeup or the CGI about her. As an example, if someone wanted to, let's say, depict Joker, right, and didn't want to use makeup, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to find the darkest person that you can find. He probably should be white. And isn't it weird that all of a sudden making someone with a unique, non-natural sort of looking skin tone is an obstacle? I mean, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. managed to make the Kree blue, Thanos is purple like he is sort of in the comics, Aisha is more pure gold, and the Silver Banshee is, guess what? Silver in Supergirl. And the list goes on and on and on. And you can't use the fact that she's an alien either, as it doesn't change anything. Clark Kent, aka Superman, is white and he's an alien. That shouldn't change. Icon is black, he's an alien. That shouldn't change either. And there's a long list of aliens who are, these sort of unique, non-natural skin tone in terms of colors that have been depicted, and nobody has had any sort of issue making it happen or really having that expectation. The Hulk is green, Gamora is green, and that's how it should be. Nebula and Mystique are blue, and that's to be expected. And unlike some of the depictions of Starfire, those are impossible to get really anything close to. And I think you would have had to make really makeup adjustments regardless, but if you refuse to, getting someone my color isn't even close. Just like getting some pasty old white Irish person, wouldn't have really been close to what Starfire is. But there's people in between, and there's no shortage of brown bone or red bone actors, not fucking chocolate like me. Maybe y'all need to hit up your not president on how to be orange and an earthling at the same time, because he can figure it out. Why can't you? So if the actress playing Starfire is just that badass, they could have made it more accurate by way of makeup, and that could have been with any other character. As it stands, she's just a black person in a wig being called Starfire. This is not a knock on dark people. They still have not gotten Storm right, for example, and they keep casting her as this light-skinned, mixed person. Black Panther and Luke Cage, for example, should be brothers, dark-skinned brothers like me. They are suited to be those sorts of characters, and that's not an insult. Because Tom Cruise can't be Blade does not knock white folks, and because Denzel Washington can't be Bruce Wayne, it's not a knock on dark-skinned brothers. And that doesn't mean Starfire's actress can't act or she's ugly or anything like that. If you want to say she's doing a solid job, then say that. If you want to admit that it's not really accurate and underwhelming in terms of expectation, maybe say that. Y'all know how I feel about Supergirl. I despise that show, but she looks like a Supergirl from the costume on down. This doesn't look like Starfire at all. You can't be upset for someone saying that it's not even close to what she looks like in the comics and they can do better. And I honestly feel like they really set this actress up for failure. The crazy thing is, I never made a big deal out of this. Notice this is my first time you're seeing me talk about this in video. Even in a tweet that popped off, I never directly referenced the actress, and the only reason I'm doing this video right now is out of response. It's not that big of a deal, bro. But the responses really highlight how insane these people are. I had someone tell me that I was anti-black, that I prefer light-skinned women, that I don't want dark-skinned black people to succeed. I'm holding them back, and the black men are always afraid of progress. And it doesn't matter what you say to these types of people, they will run with this idea because all of their defaults rest on this being your position, this being true about you. This is why we call them NPCs. They need this perpetual victimhood. It ain't about liberating anybody or fairness or ridding the world of actual oppression. That's not the case. It's about these fools going out of their way to try to paint you as the most evil person that they possibly can, just so they could act like they told you off. So brave, right? You told a dark-skinned black guy in a union with another dark-skinned black woman that he is anti-black. Congratulations, dipshit. You win 3 internets. I'm not even calling for the character to be recast. There's no campaign against the actors. Like I said, the only time that I even brought this up is now. It's just a lousy depiction of Starfire. And I'm not under any obligation to not say that simply because the actress is black. That's not how any of this shit works.